Hey everybody, I'm really glad you're joining me. So this is another devlog. We're talking about the Churning fields, which is the main project that has developed since I started learning RPG Maker. RPG Maker, if you haven't heard of my other videos, is a utility. It's a game making engine which has existed for 20 years now, since I was like 10 or 11 years old. And last year I set about finally learning how to do it, and a year later I have almost a demo for a game. Almost a demo for a game. So let me kind of introduce you to the Churning Fields. The Churning Fields is the story of two assassins who pretend to be slavers to basically, like hit a mark. And so it's a fantasy story in a world where environment is very, very cruel. It's kind of like a Game of Thrones or even like a Warhammer 40K kind of environment where like the world exists to kind of crush human spirit, but people still survive. And so I've been working on, I'm toggling through all the maps I've made. I've been working on a game adaptation of a novella I'm working on, basically. I'm a writer as well, and my latest novella is a fantasy story that takes place in the world of the Churning Fields. And so I'm making a game that doesn't quite match the content and the plot, but it does in some certain ways. So I'm going to try to show you my progress and what I'm working on. And another thing I'm going to try to do is have fewer audio errors, because last time I tried to show you all RPG Maker, and so I'm just clicking through one thing because I would like to see comments if possible. But an interesting thing is that when you launch the game engine for a playtest, it will cut the audio for a few seconds in OBS for some reason. So when I switch between the tool, the utility you're seeing here, RPG Maker, and the actual game that as running as compiled, I'm gonna have to be quiet for a few seconds, and I hope that that's okay. I hope that everybody's okay with that. And so I'm still trying to get my. Why doesn't this work? Bear with me. It's a live stream, and thank you for being here. Or maybe I'll just ignore that. If you leave comments, I may not be able to see right away. I was still working on that. I'm not that good at OBS, but so let me tell you a little bit more about the Churning fields. All right, let me be quiet for a second and run this game and show you a little bit about what I have so far, and then we can talk about it. All right, so hopefully the game engine loaded and it's not clipping my voice anymore. So the first thing you do in the Churning fields is you collect your people and you get out. There's kind of a tutorial area, and you get out of that to more adventure. I also have a few saves, so I can show you. If you notice that the art is a little inconsistent or rough, it's because I am slowly working to replace all the art. So I'm allowed to use the art from RPG Maker. That's a nice thing about the utility, is they have all this great, it's kind of anime style, it's kind of cutesy JRPG style art. What I'm doing is I'm slowly replacing, as you can see, I'm replacing some of the art, ideally all of the art with my own work, which is not that good, but it's a good excuse. You can see Sada is down here is very rough. He was very rough. But my idea is eventually I can keep honing this and then have a nice asset pack that maybe other people can use for a fantasy game. But so RPG Maker is a very interesting utility. It really. Oh, so okay, just showing the tutorial here. You've collected your 3 travelers. That's a secret pig. That pig is going to give Easter eggs later, but I haven't coded that in. I should show. You know what? Let's get out of this. It's going to be one more audio pause while I get out of this, because I do want to code and just kind of show you guys everything I've learned in this utility. So, oh wow, YouTube Studio added something interesting. Wow. Yeesh, I'm going to get out of it. Hopefully I'm still streaming. Interesting. Okay, that's all. That's what this is all about. So, yeah, I think I made videos earlier where I said that this was all about painting maps, which is definitely true, and then creating events. And that's really what everything is about. I've recently been working on, for example, So this is called the Strange Courtyard, and there's stairs here, you see? So the map paints stairs, and then the events paint that we transfer the player down the stairs. So then we go down the stairs, and you see there's like treasure and stuff down here. And what I just added actually was that this item, so that's something from the novella, The Burst Dance Gift. It's a cool item, basically. And so the first time you touch this pickup, this item pickup, it gives you this item, and it talks about what it is, and then it switches to it being gone. And what I just added was, so after you collect your 3 travelers and you get the proof of death, which is something that these assassins need because, you know, they're killers in this story, you can then go to one of 3 places that then expand into all these different places to, you know, do quests and figure things out. But what I'm doing is I'm making locks where you have to find certain items. So this character now blocks off the 3rd path. So if you want to go to the left side path, this character will stop you, and then when you have what you need, he'll disappear. A lot of little things like that. Oh, one thing, let me take a sec. And if you're typing in chat, I apologize. Let me try one more time. YouTube's giving me a tough time today. Let me see if I can do that one more time. Now that we've got a strong intro. Is it? Am I really live? Maybe none of this is going out. Let me just double check. This is crazy. If I lost all of what I just said, then that's very funny, but also I'm probably going to rage quit this live stream. It says I'm live, but it won't let me go. It won't let me go to the actual video. Oh, here we go. I got it. I think I got it. YouTube is always changing stuff. You know, the lean agile take to coding. It makes programmers go in circles sometimes, and it's not better for the user. Anyway, okay, I now have my live chat open. Okay, so we are streaming. So yeah, so this is the database. So you have your actors. So these are characters who can join your party if you're familiar with an RPG. SV Battler is something I'm not using. So you can either have, I'm trying to think of games like, there's some games where it's over the shoulder, kind of like Pokemon, like you're right behind your character or you don't see your character at all, which is not exactly Pokemon. But then there's other ones where your characters are on, it's called side view. SV is for side view, where all characters are represented. We're not using that. We're just, we're using a system where you can't see our characters and just the enemies appear. I guess it's like Dragon Quest is more close. So these SV battlers don't matter. We can add more actors. Classes are the classes that you can use. I made a few custom ones. You can customize them as much as you want. Skills are spells. You can make your own spells. Items likewise. You can see I've made a few. I made proof of death and battle proofs and things like that. Burst Dance Gift, because I'm trying to make a combat system that's rewarding, you know, beyond a basic RPG. I want people to be excited. You know, there's 2 types of RPGs. One where you're angry that the random encounters are happening because they're slowing you down, and one where you're excited because combat actually contributes something. So I'm trying to do the latter. Weapons, armor. If I haven't mentioned, enemies and troops are both important. So enemies is where you define individual mobs that can fight you. You can see some of this is art that I got from the game, licensed. If you buy this game, it's licensed to you. Some is art that I've created. I'm trying to make it all art I've created, even if it looks terrible. Troops then, once you've defined an enemy, troops is where you define how they attack, what they do, and how they work in combat. So that's something I ran into. You have to define your enemies, and then from the enemies you have to define your troops. And then from the troops, let me show you how to do that. So from the troops you have to go like, this is outside Master Id. Master Id is the guy, one of the guys we're trying to kill. He's right here. Let's add some bad guys to outside Master Ids, just for example. So we'll go edit, and we go to encounters. See, so you can only add troops. You can't add enemies. So you have to define an enemy, then define the troop from that enemy. And then let's add some blobs. We'll add some blobs out here, and we'll make it not that common, but it happens. Boop, boop. Now blobs appear on this map. Let me show you a little bit later in the game. Stop talking for that. So we'll go continue. It has save files. I would really recommend if you've always wanted to make a game but you don't know how, RPGMaker is the simplest game engine where games, you know, make it to Steam and make money. The latest big praise is the Churning. Almost said my own game. Sorry. Fear and Hunger. Fear and Hunger is really popular. Made a lot of money on Steam. It's all made in custom, modded RPG. Maker is like a game and an engine, and you can do whatever you want with mods. But so I still need to program some things, but let's see if this works. It can't be a gift from the verse dance, and then it should disappear. Because I have it now. Great, so that works. Have I collected this gold yet? Am I trapped in the gold? Hang on. You collect the gold you can carry, the rest seems fused together. I wrote that, and now it doesn't give any more gold, but I did get like 100, like a lot of gold from that gold pile. This is something I drew on a calendar of like, let me see, Grand Canyon National Park. Apparently there's a stone that looks like that, and I drew a face on it. So this is the rough art for my blobs, which is pretty cool. Or really cringe, as you prefer. But so, I need to touch up a lot of this art. Like, Sada is very rough, Jelena is very rough. It is a very cool... I'm a science fiction and horror writer mostly, and you can find my books and stuff online, but I'm trying to get into fantasy, so I'm writing a proof-of-concept novella about the Churning fields, and the main characters are Tiwa, who's a hardened killer, Jilan is also a hardened killer, and Sada is an innocent who will, in a kind of Game of Thrones way, she will suffer things that are unfair, and from there become one of the stronger characters who maybe, claims their revenge on everybody else. But so, we have everything we need from the... yeah, there we go. So this is the tutorial area. It keeps you in one area until you have your travelers and the proof of death, which we've already collected in this save. So we go out. This is also a mob. One thing I need to really tune is all the bosses. So all the bosses are not... I have to figure out, like, what's a good level for... But so I already beat this, because when you first make a boss, it's very low level. So I have to tune everything, which is fun. It's kind of like, in Bloodborne or Elden Ring, when they talk about an overtuned or undertuned boss, you really do get to decide how to tune. I also just added blobs to this. You remember from earlier in this live stream. Oh, and in this save, we already killed Master Id. The slaver lies dead. So, okay, that's a good challenge. Let me switch back. It's going to be a moment of silence. So, I do want to make... So, after you kill Master Id, I'm thinking you get to the ending stuff, which is here. So, let's say... He's dead. Let's make an event. I'll show you how to make an event. We'll make an event right here that lets us get to the final dungeon. Like I said, I've been working on this, just learning RPGMaker for about a year. But, starting to get the hang of it. I think in another year I could have something ready to show that would be fun. That would be, maybe a short experience, 3 to 5 hours. But it would be... That looks good. But it would be, not the worst game you've ever seen, which is not that bad. So I'll say this is a final dungeon portal. And actually I'm going to have to change this because it shouldn't be anything yet. It should actually be only after we've killed Master Id should it appear as a thing to interact with. So I had that here. And then here, actually, the image should be nothing because we don't want to allude to where it is. So, great. So that's an event page. It does nothing, it looks like nothing. But if there's a switch, and let me see, Master Id dead. So when Master Id is dead, we can say when the character touches it, transfer player to final dungeon, which is this map here. Here, one thing is that you want to put them a little away from the exit so that if they accidentally walk through, they can walk back to the exit without it being too confusing. So let's see if that works. Let's make sure that Master Id being dead. Oh, see, it doesn't yet, I think. So first thing he says is he confronts you about the fact that you're here to kill him, fights you, and then I forgot to change the switch, but that's perfect. So the switch about Master Id being dead on. So then this door should now appear, and it should take us to our final dungeon. Let's test if that works. Well, though, so it can get glitchy if you use a save file that's from a previous version. You change the code underneath and then load a save file. So that might not work normally. Maybe we can speedrun it. There's still a lot of work to do. But so, try it. Hopefully the audio cut back in. Let's try to do a continuation from before we kill Master Id, and then we can kill him real quick. And then see if this works. Okay, so this guy's still alive, so he's coming for us, he attacked us. Great. And this is just a place yet, but we'll attack him on our way to Master. And you can see the backgrounds automatically like match what there's a snowscape for the snow, it's pretty good. Let's see here. And I think I got those different, and then see now they're defeated and they stand there. I'm gonna do something where they give you an item or something. But so, oh yeah, see this guy blocks the way. If we go back and get that item, then we can go in there. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Interesting. Okay, I have to fix that. So apparently he denies me, but then still teleports me in. So I have to fix that. But let's go to Master Id's first and just see if this new door we added works. This guy. And then he challenges us. He's a mad scientist because I need to redraw his art. The art that comes with this is pretty good, and like I said, it's licensed. You can use it if you want it to just be kind of anime. You can make your own RPG. I'm making another one called Escape the Airport. That's using all their traditional art. Oh wait, maybe I tuned him up and now he's going to be invincible at my level. Let's find out. Yeah, he's taking 0 damage. I might have tuned him up already. Let's see. Eye poke. Let's do a heal on Sada. And then she can do, magic. Heal herself, and then he can do nothing. See, that's better. Yeah, I might have tuned him up already. Interesting. So I'd have to level up. This is like the last boss, so I'm just testing it. I should add some like dev tools so I can crush enemies just to see what happens at the end. Yeah, he's gonna wipe us out. Actually, I must have tuned him up. Okay, well, let me think, because I do need to test this. So maybe I need like a dev tool that lets me get past him when I need to. Yeah, he's about to wipe us out. Alright, well let's see about that then. So for this we have to go to troops and enemy. Enemy, I think specifically, is where you set his... Okay, so let's temporarily demote him. Let's code a little bit more, actually, before I do that, because I don't want to waste time booting the game over and over again, as we mentioned. So we'll set this to go, you can go back out, which is important, of course. So we'll go, this goes back to right next to where we went in Master Id's. And then this can go to final dungeon to boss. So we go transfer player, final dungeon to boss. Oops, wait, did I do that right? You have to click where you want it, so we'll put it right there. We're gonna fill this with like monsters and stuff and other interesting things. Just a placeholder for now. This is a secret I haven't put in yet. I'm really planning on making it pretty rewarding to screen. Let's see if we can quickly go back. This is a save where Master Id is already dead. So maybe it'll open. Or maybe not on the glitch. Yeah, it doesn't open. So let's see. Game end to title. Go continue. And let's do an earlier one. Guy's still alive. He's gonna almost attack. Great, we got past him. The nice thing about being a dev is you can also become an expert at speedrunning your own game. So now he is debuffed. He should go down in just one hit, basically. Let's see if this door actually works. It did not. Oh, it did. It did after a second. That's very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that. All right, that's all I really have. I just want to do a quick, just kind of show my progress here in RPGMaker. It's not much, but it is very fun, honest work. And so, yeah, that's everything. Thanks, everybody. Sorry for a short one. I'll catch y'all soon. I'm gonna do a Atari. I'm gonna do a retro gaming video about Atari 7800, and that should be fun. So catch me for that one, and I'll catch everybody soon.